Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Aaron here of the Aaron Gaming Network, here to talk about E3. Normally I don't bother with this kind of stuff, but I've been actually kind of hyped for this year's E3, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts as people were asking me in my last stream about what I'm looking forward to. Well, I can tell you one thing, folks. I think Nintendo's going to get it this year because the Switch has been selling very, very well. And they've got some exclusive games coming out on their platform. But I'm not here to talk about Nintendo or Microsoft. What did I say? Microsoft? Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm a Sony guy. I have a PS4. That is my choice for gaming. It has its pros and cons, but it is what I have chosen. Anyway, I want to start off with the hype surrounding Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar has not disappointed in recent years as far as I'm concerned. They have been doing a stellar job as a game developer and publisher, and they're not going to mess up Red Dead Redemption 2. I would bet, well, I don't have a lot of money, but I would bet some money that they're not going to screw this up. I would wager heavily because Grand Theft Auto 5 was a success. And online has been good for them, and they've been milking that, but I still believe their heart is in it, and they're going to create a beautiful masterpiece. Will it be as good as the original Red Dead Redemption? That is hard to say because the original Red Dead Redemption is a masterpiece of storytelling and gameplay and graphics, and when it came out, it blew my mind. Never before has a game captured the spirit of the Old West and made you feel like you were actually there, like Red Dead Redemption. And the story, the surprise ending, everything was just so well done. I don't think it's fair to say that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be as good. I mean, I don't know, can it be? Sure, but I wouldn't put it on a pedestal like that. But will it be a good, solid game that will be enjoyable? Yes. And at the end of the day, that is all that really matters. So I am definitely hyped about that. Moving on now to the Spyro the Dragon Remastered Edition. When Crash Bandicoot, the reimagined trilogy, was released, I was very, very skeptical about it, and I was proven wrong. It is fun, it is stupid challenging, but so was the original Crash, and I feel like they really captured the spirit of that game and just gave it a nice coat of polish and a nice remastered soundtrack. Now, I didn't care too much about the Crash Bandicoot soundtrack, but I do care about the Spyro soundtrack. Spyro 2 is very high on my list of favorite games of all time, and a good reason for that is the music. I love all three games. That's Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and Spyro the Dragon 3, Enter the Dragonfly. All have very special soundtracks, and I hope they don't F that up. All they have to do though is put a nice coat of polish on it and release it, and make sure that there's no bugs and that it's fluent. Make sure that when Spyro glides that it feels good, and just keep the platforming simple and easy. Not a difficult task these days. They shouldn't really have too much of a problem with that, I don't think. Moving on now to the most mysterious game in E3. And again, I don't normally get hyped about these kinds of things. I mean, yes, there have been some years of E3 where I was very hyped. But this year has a very mysterious game called Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima. Now, for those of you who don't know about him and Konami's falling out, Konami is a bunch of bastards, and they ruined what could have been the greatest horror game that could have ever existed in the world. And of course, I'm talking about the ill-fated Silent Hill PT, which was a playable teaser released on the PS4 years ago, and it scared people to death. I was terrified of it. I've never been more scared in a video game in my life, and I have played almost every horror game that there is to play because it's one of my favorite genres. In fact, my favorite game of all time, which I will not be revealing at this moment, is a survival horror game, but it's not in your traditional sense, but I'm jumping ahead here. Anyway, I love that genre. I love Resident Evil. I love Silent Hill. And Silent Hill desperately needed this. And of course, it was taken away. And then with Konami's butchering of the Metal Gear Solid franchise with the horrible Metal Gear Survive, or whatever it was called, they pretty much are killing all of Hideo Kojima's games. So Hideo Kojima, being the guy he is, did not take it standing down. He has his own company. And now he's standing up strong with Death Stranding. We don't know anything about it. What is it? What kind of game is it? We don't know. All I know is the fetus and the main character are in it from PT. So I don't know what to think of this game. Hideo Kojima is a master of creating hype, and he is a damn good game maker. And I have high expectations for Death Stranding. So I'm really hoping that it will live up to the hype. He's already dropped Easter eggs about it. He's already dropped little, cryptic clues for us to figure out. He's just a fun guy, Hideo Kojima. I'd love to drink some sake with that guy, but anyway, he's a very, very interesting fellow, and he makes very, very interesting games, and I'm looking forward to Death Stranding. Number 3 now, Life is Strange 2. Now, Life is Strange is a game you're either going to love or hate. People hate it. People love it. I love it. Is it cringy? Yes. Is the dialogue at sometimes make you want to pull a gun out and shoot your ears off? Yes. But I still love it. I love that game because of the time travel mechanics I thought were well done. I thought the characters were good. I love Max and Chloe, or Pricefield, or whatever you want to call them. But absolutely love that franchise, and I'm hoping, and it's pushing it here, but that Don't Nod has some information on it, setting, screenshot, anything would make me very, very happy, as I do love the franchise. The only thing I don't love about Life is Strange is Before the Storms Episode 3, I thought was the only blunder. I enjoyed every episode, including the bonus episode with Max, but number 3 is the only blunder. So, out of all those episodes, only one I don't like. That's not a bad deal. So I really hope we get information on that. Number 2 now, I'm kind of putting these games on kind of a list here. And the second game I'm really looking forward to, though, is Spider-Man. Now, this may come as a surprise. Over all those other games, Spider-Man, really? Yes, because I feel like Spider-Man used to have good games. Sorry, guys, I don't write a script here. Sorry about all the stumbling on my words here, but I'm trying to not make this video too long and get my point across. But Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1 years ago is one of my favorite games of all time. And I really want to get back to those days, And I really have a good feeling about this Spider-Man coming up. I know they're going to talk about it. It's going to be released this year, just like Spyro. So I'm really just hoping that the guy catches a break and finally gets the game that he so wonderfully deserves. And I'm really, really hyped about that. Now it's time to move on to what I'm most hyped about. Yes, there's other games. I know I'm missing several things, but I'm just concerned about these few games here. Sure, there's other games. There's all kind of Call of Duty and stuff like that coming out and things like that. But these are the games I'm the most hyped about. Now, those of you who have probably heard about Fallout Vault 76, right? Well, I have some tidbits about that. Now, I'm sure most of you heard about Fallout Vault 76. It is not Fallout 5. No one's sure what it is. Bethesda teased the hell out of this game. They really hyped it up. And I'm really thinking it's going to be an online game. Fallout Vault 76 is going to be an online game. I'm almost sure of it. I don't think it'll be single player at all. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. Vault 76 has already been talking about in the lore. It already has a backstory. Look it up if you want. So I'm not quite sure what they're going to do about this Vault 76 business. And I don't care. What I care about is, now this has not been confirmed, so do not hold me to this, but they have found some files. Bethesda recently updated their website, and people have found that there might be some hints that they are going to remaster Fallout 3 and New Vegas. This is Fallout 3's 10-year anniversary this year. It would be the perfect time to release that. And if there's any games that need a remaster, it is Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Now, I'm leaning more towards Fallout 3 for now, but if they release Fallout 3 and New Vegas with a new coat of paint and fix those dang glitches and bugs, I will be orgasmically excited. That is why I am the most hyped. Yes, I know there's a lot going on at this year's E3 with Nintendo and Microsoft and all that other stuff, but the thing I'm looking most forward to is learning about if there's going to be a Fallout 3 or New Vegas remaster. I hope to God it's true. It's very unlikely, but I am hoping. Now, there's all kinds of theories going on about why it won't be, and it might be true, it might not, but I'm hoping to find out soon. So anyway, guys, those are the games I'm the most hyped about at this year's E3, and I hope that you guys watch it and you get information and you enjoy the show and all that hoopla. Anyway, I gotta go. Godspeed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry I couldn't live stream today. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Sorry.